In summary, everything we're going to speak up in this video, document and the template is actually on the website, comes with an instruction and the notary certificate for the purpose of self-authentication.
You've heard me in the past say that secrets never exist. That is true, secrets do not exist. But sacred information does. On the note of personal liability and the use of trust, the intent behind using a trust is to layer things for the purpose of control, and to layer things for the purpose of removing things, such as liability, from you personally. There's this thing called safe harbor. A safe harbor is not just limited to geographical location, but more so how the trust is used. To those who know about express trust, or know that, okay, there's a situs, that's all most people are ever going to know. Here is the how and why of how you begin and why you begin to use a trust. In the past, we went over using a foreign trustee. Those who got the express trust know how to get the foreign trustee to sign off, right, on your documents. But there's a fine line between that and forgery, and that should cross your mind if you're doing anything regarding a foreign trustee. If it doesn't cross your mind, then you're not thinking far enough. You're not seeing the possible algorithm of things down the line. Because once you begin to accumulate something valuable, which even if you're still an employee, or you can still accumulate it, and we'll begin to talk about that slowly. One of those values, like grants, meant for specifically express trust. And those grants are going into the express trust one moment, once every 4 months or so. Trust me, attention will slowly start to come to that thing, and people will start to want to give you offer because they see what you're going. They're going to see that that grant is going to be used to basically fund the things you're trying to do with that authenticated birth certificate. Let's move back and read this thing called safe harbor. What is safe harbor? And most importantly, why is this thing called forgery even brought up in the whole equation when it comes to the use of people and things? Because when it comes to the use of your trust, you will control the date, the time, and the signatories. And when someone really wants to take advantage of you, they will come to you by all means necessary. See, within 26 CFR subsection 301.7701-7, it speaks about what makes a trust, domestic and foreign. It speaks about the court test and control test. Under court test, it tells you about safe harbor. A trust satisfies the court test if, meaning the court test is one of, and in the process of that, show you how municipalities do it word for word and the simplicity of it. And in addition to that, how and why that signature of your foreign trustee, how you can prevent any liabilities with it, and how you can effectively actually put it to use. Why you need a foreign trustee signature, you see it here, and you see exactly how to trigger it. Because someone can say, well, the trustee was not there while the trust minute was going on, so how could they have signed it? Well, you forged their signature. Well, yeah, they're the trust members, so we gotta first put them under deposition, even though we know you say that you're trust members. Well, let's put them under deposition just to make sure that they agree to sign this. Because, well, we want to pierce your trust, and the only thing stopping us from piercing this trust is the signature of this foreign trustee. So let's take it through a formal court setting. And in the process of a safe harbor is a legal provision. A provision is basically terms and conditions. When you see this word provision, like constitutional provision, they're telling you it's something written down somewhere based on stipulation, terms, and condition. That's what provision is. What is safe harbor? A safe harbor is a legal provision to sidestep or eliminate legal or regulatory liability in a certain situation. Meaning the situation term they use, meaning whatever it is, you say you do some real estate development right now, and whatever the future value of that development is based on equity, you can actually take it out now rather than waiting in the future. That's what this is making reference to. However, restaurants or retailers often remodel their facilities on a regular basis to help their businesses look fresh and engaging. As a result, the IRS allowed some restaurateurs and retailers the ability to claim these expenses, meaning It's a loss. It's a business expense. So you ledger the book and balance, say within a given year within your business, whatever it is you do. But keep in mind the four best types. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Inspector General. You want to know how child support can get away with getting grants from the government and then coming to people and demanding monies, and then besides the whole, throwing people in jail for it and whatnot, but the double dipping. You know why, despite everyone knowing that their bills are already paid and that stuff underneath is the receipt, yet when you send them a check through the mail with that stub receipt in the bottom, they still take it and double, triple, quadruple, and even more dip. You know the reason why quantitative easing exists? Safe harbor. And the Inspector General of Health and Human Service, which most child support entities work under, as we went over, says this: safe harbor regulations. Meaning this is how we interface. Regulation is just how they interface with outside entities. Policies is how they. Let me show you how municipalities and big corporations abate liability personally. So you might see their signature in things, but do you know who signed it? Do you know how you cannot hold them liable even if they sign it? Or if someone tries to hold you liable for something that you engaged in the business activity of the trust, how you can make sure that that signature of yours, they say, hey, meaning now if it is found out that someone is making a little bit extra money than they ought to, which these people do, that mayor is not liable. It cannot be liable because some. The complete 51-minute video is on the Patreon page. It's posted on August 12, 2022, along with other things regarding the CPN, the importance of how to do it, and how it relates to the Social Security number and how it doesn't, according to the Social Security Administration. A lot about being taxed and how it's prevented, stuff about notary presentment, things about arbitration and notary presentment as it relates to it, not the stuff that's posted here on YouTube, but the actual complete details, other things about discharge and many more, so on and so forth. Other details about CPNs, other things about how to basically write off your vehicle and how to write off other things like your inventory, your house bill, all that crap. The details actually showing all the documents and how to fill out 1099A and 1096 along with the instrument. Some things regarding spiritual nature and divination, and a lot about relationship of banks, loan, truth about quantitative easing as it relates to trust, and many more. Pursuit of accordant satisfaction, that's implemented into Fair Debt Collection Practice, National Currency Act, Fair Credit Reporting, and basic stuff you're going to need, and an example of what things will look like. Until next time, take care, best of luck.